Hashem. Nice to meet you. Azteca. What does that mean to you? Azteca. Azteca. Azteca, the ancient Aztecs, which are your relatives. They were called the Mexicanos. Back in the time, they had a leader named Montezuma. Do you know who he was?
I've heard of him, yeah.
Montezuma. I'm going to show you something. Because there's a lot of history that has happened. Now, you are so-called Mexican, right?
Yeah.
Do you identify yourself as Caucasian?
Partly, yeah, sure.
You're 100% not Caucasian at all. Behind your back, and I know you're the Christian mind, I'm not saying nothing's going to happen to you up here. They call you a spick behind your back. I want you to know that. I want you to be understand. You're a brown man. Okay, you're not a Caucasian. You are a brother from the northern kingdom of the nation of Israel.
Right.
Now, do me a favor. Give me the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 49. I want to go to a quick history lesson about what happened in the shores of Mexico. Okay, Puerto Rico, Honduras, Belize, El Salvador, Nicaragua. And this is the oppression that happened to your forefathers. You must remember who you are. Because the brother's going over the Bible, and he's going, and you're not getting it because you are the 10 tribes of Israel. They stole your land, they stole your history,
right.
They lied to you,
right.
And they decimated the ancient Mexicans. Montezuma was much more powerful than any white king in England.
Right.
He's your forefather. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49.
And I want Montezuma. Read.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
So what happened in the history books, brother? And I'm not mad at you. Please don't take. I want the maps. Let's look at this, right? Me and you together, right? So this is North America. This is Mexico. Known as the land of the Aztecs. Okay? Known as the land of the 10 tribes of Israel. This land here, when you go down here, is called Central America. You have Honduras, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Panama, Belize. Then you go down and you get to the top of South America. My thing is this, brother. I want to share to you, first and foremost, this was conquered by the white man. And you know that, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Let me just build back. Do you know how your forefathers originally got to here? Because that's where you're from.
Yeah.
How did they get there?
Yeah. Most likely, in the time of, not Noah, sorry, Peleg,
right.
In Genesis and everything like
sure.
that. Yeah, the land was divided.
Sure. Are you referring to Pangea?
I'm sorry?
Yes. You referring to Pangea?
Oh,
Pangea is the theory that all the land was together, like this fit here. Well, great. And let's just say that happened. Great. But there's a time period when this land was uninhabited by any nation. I'm going to show you how your forefathers, known as the ancient Aztecs, who are known as the 10 tribes of Israel, how they actually got from this part of the earth over here. I want to share that with you.
Bring it out! Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, real quick. Can we build together? Because I'm trying to instill in you some sort of compassion for the ancient Mexican people in this struggle.
Bro, 100%.
So hold on. So you acknowledge that the Mexicans was oppressed? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Then I can build with you. Beautiful. Just hold up a second. Because I'm going to fire you up. I'm going to show you some history. Read.
And the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
That's what happened. When they got over here, the Mexican was a king named Montezuma. The Jesuit priests went back to Europe, and you know what they said? We have never seen an empire of people so clean, who was so orderly. Because in Europe, they had the thing called the bubonic plague. They were throwing trash in the streets. The European Caucasians were uncivilized.
That's right.
Your forefathers were over here, Montezuma, with an entire kingdom that they could not. It took them 7 years to get to the history of your father's temple, known as Montezuma. You were more advanced, more civilized than these bastards that stole your land. Understand that. Read.
From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flies.
And the symbol of the man that conquered the ancient Aztecs is over here. Where is it? I'm going to find it. The symbol of the eagle. I'm going to get it. All right, well, anyways, If you take out give me $1. Somebody give me a $quarter bill real quick. They are birds of prey spiritually. When they came over, thank you. When they came over to this side of the earth, you see that right there? That's an eagle. On their money, they telling themselves, that's an eagle, which is a bird. What does an eagle do to its prey? It kills it. That's what the white man did to the Mexicans. You see that right there? That's a symbol of a pyramid with the levitation of the top of the triangle. That represents slavery. Because like Officer Matthew said, get it back to him. Like Officer Matthew said up here, they didn't just bring black people from the shores of Africa. They brought ancient Mexicans to serve in Spain.
Right. That's right.
As footstools for white people. Understand that, brother. You have a deep, deep history that's rooted to this Bible. Now, 2 Ezra chapter 13.
Bring it out.
And this is for you, and I'm speaking to everybody, all these black and Hispanics out here.
Right.
You must get angry about your history. Because then from there, we can take that anger and we can find out what the truth is and actually move towards a solution. There's a problem in the ghetto, bro. There's a problem in what's the solution?
Yeah.
Sure. Stick around. Read.
2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 40.
Come on.
Those are the 10 tribes.
So what you need to hold that, give me Jeremiah 17, verse 4. What you need to realize, and I need you to humble for a moment, is that these so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right, are the 12 tribes of Israel. We are speaking about the people in North, Central, and South America known as the 10 tribes. They came over here during one of our captivities, and they set this whole land up. Your forefathers came here first, before the Vikings, before the white man, before everybody. You were here. Montezuma, I want that Montezuma in a minute. Now, this is Montezuma. Montezuma, he looked kind of like you. Montezuma was a king in a place called Mexico. He was a king of Israel. And they practiced keeping God's laws, but they started to go off. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. Then what happens is they started to sacrifice other smaller tribes in Central America. Okay? We took the Levitical order and we began to kill one another. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4.
I need you to remember who you are. Read.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
And you have been raised, I was raised, I'm an American first, a black second. You were raised, I'm a Mexican American, right?
No, bro, actually...
no, bro? Well, what are you a German Mexican?
No, listen, so... I know in the Bible, when I got saved, of course, that comes first, most of all, and everything like that. The Bible says that there's no slave.
Well, hold on. I'm not dealing with the white man doctrine. I'm dealing with history of Mexico. That's what I want to deal with right now.
Oh, you're talking about like just
listen, I just want to deal with the pain and the struggle your forefathers went through. Right? That's all I want to deal with right now.
Sure.
You want to deal with salvation? Well, then these brothers are here, and we ain't going to do no harm to you, brother. Trust me. You are a brother. Read, come on.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4.
Come on.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
Whether you know it or not, and it's not an attack on you, you forgot who you are.
Right.
Because you think that you're a Christian, and you're not.
Right.
Not in the context of the way that the society teaches you. The real Christians were Montezuma.
Right.
They were practicing God's laws on this side of the earth. And we're going to tell you how they got there next. But I don't want to deal with nothing else but that for now. You understand that? So hold up a minute. I'm going to get there. Read.
That I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
And that's what happened after they came to this country. They enslaved the Mexicans. I'm talking about children, men, women, and old folks too. Deuteronomy 28, verse 49 and 50. I'm going to show you the way they treated the ancient Aztecas, who was what they call abuelas. You know what abuela is? They used to rape your abuelas. You ain't know that? Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 50.
Let's go back to the thought. We're dealing with what happened in Mexico, how'd they get there, and the way they were treated. That's all I'm focused on right now, nothing else. Read.
The Lord, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
When the conquistadors came over here, and they conquered the ancient Mexicans, which were called the Aztecs, they raped, robbed, and enslaved young Mexicans, old Mexicans, and middle-aged men. They didn't give a damn who you are. Read it again.
A nation of fierce countenance.
These white men were fierce. They raped, robbed, and stole your land. Read, come on.
Which shall not regard the person of the old.
They didn't care if you was abuela, can't even walk. They enslaved, they would put him to death. There was a brother named, what's the brother's name? Gosh, it'll come to me. Think about the brother's name. He refused to bow down to the cross. We got a picture of him. Abuela. Yeah, read, come on.
Nor show favor to the young.
So we're reading a biblical prophecy about what would happen to the 10 tribes of Israel. This is what happened to them when the white man came here. And what we're showing you is you can go back. I have a history and I have a college degree in history. So you can go back later and see if what I'm saying is actually historically accurate. I'm going to save you the time. It is. But do it anyways. Ray, come on.
And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle.
And what happened is the ancient Mexicans had some of the greatest farmland that has ever existed on the planet Earth. They saw that. They had a Montezuma. Give me Montezuma real quick. We're going to show you Montezuma. One of the kings' name was Montezuma, an ancient Mexican king who was brown like you. Now, I want another reader. Come up here. Zadiah, one of you up here. Give me Montezuma and pull up an article for me about Montezuma. I just want to show you a little bit about Montezuma. Now, go back to where you was at.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
And I understand that we need solutions. But you as a Mexican man who understands that you have a rich history in oppression, and you have to acknowledge the pain and what your forefathers actually went through. And guess what? It's similar to what we went through. We were slaves like you, brother. The white man oppressed us like you. We are brothers in Christ, but not the white Christ that we learned, that I learned. It was wrong. It was wrong. Read. Hold up, just listen. I need you to listen. You smile too much, brother. Read, come on.
And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle.
He ate the fruit of your forefathers' cattle. Read.
And the fruit of thy land.
And he stole and ate the crops on our land. Read, come on.
Until thou be destroyed.
And now that's why you, my brother, with all due respect, you don't even know that you are from the tribe of Issachar of the nation of Israel.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today.
To the point now.
We definitely receive his blessing, bro, when we get saved, bro.
Right, see, you keep going back to the saved. So can we just deal with the fact right now? Forget about being saved. I'm talking about what happened to the Mexicans.
Of course, bro.
So can we deal with that for right now? We're going to deal with that. Now, where was I at? Yes, watch this. Montezuma.
All right, bro.
Hold up. Hold up. I want to talk with you too. But you got to get white Christianity out of your doggone mind. Because I ain't saved yet either. We ain't saved yet until Christ come back. So get that out of your mind. Now, this is Montezuma. Okay, so Montezuma, I wanted to share with you. He was infiltrated and overthrown by Caucasians because they saw the power he had. He was keeping the commandments of God. 2 Corinthians 13, verse 40. I'm going to show you real quick before you go. How did your forefathers, the ancient Mexicans, get to this side of the earth? And it wasn't through the Bering Strait of stupid Russia and the United States when it's negative 35 degrees and nothing can live up there. It's talking about this. Listen good, read.
2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 40.
How did the Native Americans and Mexicans get to this side of the earth? Your history is in the Bible. Read.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land.
You were part of the 10 tribes of Israel. That's right. You, during that time, you were carried away. Read on.
In the time of O.C. the king.
In the time of O.C. the king. Now you got to know history. Read on.
Whom Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria.
Now this dates back to the Assyrian Empire. That's why a lot of you so-called Mexicans, a lot of you brothers, you don't look like black people. You have a little bit different features. features. If you look at Hondurans, Mexicans, Puerto Rico, you have a little bit different look than us black Americans. But because you were mixed in during the time of the Assyrian captivity. Read on, come on.
Whom Manasseh, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
That's right, read on.
And he carried them over the waters. And so came they into another land.
Now this is, after this, they're in captivity. They got a little bit of liberty. Read on.
But they took this counsel among themselves.
They ain't leave yet. They ain't get to this part here. They took this counsel among themselves. Come on.
That they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
We got to get away from these damn Assyrians. We got to get the hell out of here. Go somewhere we can keep our commandments. Read on.
And go forth into a further country.
Come on.
Where never mankind dwelt.
Your forefathers were superior. They understood the earth wasn't flat. They got all the way over here when the white man was bugged out talking about the earth is flat. Your forefathers were here for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Living civilly, living in order, living in more advanced societies than these bastards in Europe. You better understand that, man. You powerful brother. Read.
That they might dare keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
So that's what Montezuma was doing. They were keeping God's laws. They started to go astray. Then they started to sacrifice their own brothers. Read on.
And they entered into Euphrates.
This is the map. Now when you look here, you're familiar with the Middle East so-called. You got the Tigris and the Euphrates River. This is where you come from. This is during the Assyrian captivity is around this area. So they entered into these river bodies. Right now it might not make sense. One day you're going to remember this day. Read, come on.
And they entered into Euphrates.
That's when they went into the rivers, come on.
By the narrow passages of the river.
That's what they did, read on.
For the Most High did show signs for them.
Because during that time, you had different tribes that understood constellations. Right. You had different tribes that understood, you know what? I can follow this North Star ray.
Namely, of a year and a half.
A year and a half it took your forefathers. You go from the Tigris, Euphrates, down into the doggone Persian Gulf, into the Indian Ocean, down around to the Cape of Good Hope, through the Atlantic Ocean, and they hit America del Sur first, South America first, and they came up because they smart, they were geographers, they understood the land. While the white man was back in his lab talking about, we better not try to ship over there because they thought the earth was flat and you would fall off the earth. Your forefathers were superior to them. You gotta learn that, come on.
And the same region is called Osiris.
I'm getting out of breath. This same region is called Asterisk. That's what it was called before it's called North America, South America. You got to understand, brother. Real quick, he didn't endure at the end until we see Matthew 24. Before you go, I know you got to go, right?
Yeah, I got to meet some people.
Listen to me.
Like 5 minutes.
All right, I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing with you. It is a white man's religion that tells you already been saved. You ain't saved, neither am I, neither is he, neither any of these people out here. Don't you listen to that white doctrine. We're going to read the Bible. Listen.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 13.
How do you know when you saved? We're going to show you right now. Read.
But he that shall endure unto the end.
Read it again.
But he that shall endure unto the end.
You got to endure sin. You got to endure tribulation. When you endure to the end, read on.
The same shall be saved.
The same what?
The same shall be saved.
The same shall. You ain't saved yet, brother. You're not.
Oh, well.
But now you got some more time now?
No, I got to go as far as that goes. But I think that Jesus is saying that you got to hold on to the faith and everything like that, bro. Hold on to Jesus' faith and everything. So, you know.
Job 8 verse 8. This is what Jesus told you to hang on to. You better go back, find out about the Aztecas, find out about how they were put through hell, find out about who the hell they are, and you need to come back to your heritage and keep God's command. We're going to show you the last scripture. Hold up. Because you've been listening. Good, that's good, but following the wrong religion, young man. Read.
Job chapter 8, verse 8.
It's what you gonna do, read.
For inquire, I pray thee.
You black people better start inquiring. Read.
Of the former age.
Go back to the time of Montezuma. I challenge you to research your ancient relative, Montezuma, an ancient Mexican who despised Caucasian power, who despised these fake lying Christians. You got to get his fire back. Read on, come on.
And prepare thyself.
You better prepare yourself, read.
To the search of thy fathers. forefathers.
And your forefathers are the 10 tribes of Israel.
Right.
Mexicans are related to black people. We one nation. We gonna come back together under Christ. We gonna rule everybody that oppressed us back. And you should rejoice over that. Read, come on.
Christ for sure.
For we are put
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.